Let us see the third question. In the figure 3.30, if AB is parallel to CD, AB is parallel to CD, EF is perpendicular to CD, EF is perpendicular to CD, and angle GED, that is GED, is equal to 126 degrees. Find angle AGE, angle GEF, and angle FGE. So let's write down what are the information that is given in the question. So we have AB parallel CD, we have EF parallel CD, EF perpendicular CD, and angle GED is equal to 126 degrees. What we have to find out is angle AGE, angle GEF, and angle FGE. Let us look at the solution now. Angle AGE is equal to angle GED because they are alternate interior angles. So angle AGE is equal to angle GED because they are alternate interior angles, and hence therefore angle AGE is equal to we know that angle GED is equal to 126 degrees, so therefore angle AGE is equal to 126 degrees. Next, let us go for angle GED. We can see that angle GED comprises of two angles, that is angle GEF plus angle GED. So angle GED is equal to angle GEF plus angle FED. Now what is the angle that we are trying to find out? That is angle GEF. So that is this angle. I'll substitute the values of the angles which I know already. So angle GED, we know that it is 126 degrees. It's given. And next we have to find out angle GEF plus we know that angle FED is 90 degrees. Therefore angle GEF is equal to 126. When you bring this side, becomes minus 90. So let's calculate 126 minus 90. We have 12 minus 9, that is 3. So therefore we get the value as 36 degrees. Angle GEF is equal to 36 degrees. Next, let us find the third angle that we require, angle FGE. So this angle, if you see, what is the alternate interior pair for this? We have angle FGE is equal to angle GEC. Angle FGE is equal to angle GEC. Angle GEC plus angle GED is equal to 180 degrees. Angle GEC plus angle GED is equal to 180 degrees. Linear pair axiom. That is because if we consider GE as the ray, CD as the angle, then these two angles, that is angle GEC and angle GED, form a pair of linear pair of angles. So when we add them, we get 180 degrees. But we know the value of angle GED. So angle GEC plus 126 is equal to 180 degrees. So angle GEC is equal to 180 minus 126 degrees, that is equal to 180 minus 126. So we have 4, 5, 54 degrees. So since angle GEC is equal to 54, let me put this as equation 1 and equation 2. Put 2 in 1, we get, that is if we substitute angle GEC as 54 in the first equation, we get angle FGE is equal to 54 degrees. Therefore we have the value of angle AGE as 126 degrees, angle GEF angle GEF as 36 degrees and angle FGE as 54 degrees. Fourth question, in figure 3.31, that is this figure, if PQ is parallel to ST, that is PQ is parallel to ST, angle PQR is equal to 110 degrees. So angle PQR is 110 degrees and angle RST is 130 degrees. Find angle QRS. We have to find angle QRS. So there is a hint given, that is draw a line parallel to ST through R. So that's what I'm going to do first. I'll draw a line and name it as A, B, which is parallel to ST. Now let's write down the given information. So it's given that PQ is parallel to ST. Also we drew a line that is parallel to ST, so AB is parallel to ST, and given that angle PQR is equal to 110 degrees and angle RST is equal to 130 degrees. Now what we have to find out is angle QRS, and let's see the solution. So it's given that PQ is parallel to ST, also AB is parallel to ST, therefore we know that PQ will be parallel to AB. So PQ is parallel to ST, AB is parallel to ST, therefore PQ is parallel to AB, because lines parallel to the same line are parallel to each other. Okay, now once we have found out that PQ is parallel to AB, we can say that angle PQR is equal to angle QRB because they are alternate interior angles. So angle PQR is equal to angle QRB because, and that's equal to 110 degrees, alternate interior angles. And also angle RST is equal to angle SRA. Angle RST is equal to angle SRA, that's equal to 130 degrees, alternate interior angles. Now we know that angle QRA plus angle QRB will be equal to 180 degrees because they form a pair of linear pair of angles. So angle QRA plus angle QRB, so that is angle QRA plus angle QRB is equal to 180 degrees. So we know that angle QRB is equal to 110. So angle QRA plus 110 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. Therefore angle QRA is equal to 180 minus 110 degrees, that is equal to 70 degrees. Now let's find what is SRB. So if we add SRB with angle SRA, we get 180 degrees. Angle SRB plus angle SRA is equal to 180 degrees. Now this was from linear pair axiom. Even this is from linear pair axiom. So after this step, it is angle SRA, we have it as 130 degrees. SRA as 130 degrees. So we substitute that plus angle SRB is equal to 180 degrees. Now we have to find angle SRB. So angle SRB is equal to 180 minus 130 degrees, that is equal to 50 degrees. Now let us find out the required angle, that is QRS. If we see and observe, we know that angle QRA plus angle QRS plus angle SRB is equal to 180 degrees. So angle QRA plus angle QRB QRS plus angle SRB is equal to 180 degrees. So angle QRA plus angle QRS plus angle SRB is equal to 180 degrees. So let's substitute the values that we know. Angle QRA is 70 plus angle QRS is what we have to find out, plus 50 is equal to 180 degrees. So angle QRS is equal to 180 minus 70 minus 50, and that's equal to 180 degrees minus 120 degrees, and that's equal to 60 degrees. Therefore angle QRS is equal to 60 degrees.